administration officials think that the President of the United States is not able to do his job, then they should invoke the 25th Amendment.
All right, joining us now, Geoff Diehl. He's the Republican from Massachusetts, and he is Senator Warren's opponent for the Senate seat there. Okay, invoke the 25th Amendment. What do you say to that, sir?
Well, first of all, Stuart, thank you for having me. Let's just talk about Elizabeth Warren for a second. She wants to eliminate ICE. She wants to nationalize businesses. She wants to raise individual taxes between 50% up to 90%. We don't even know. And now she wants to create chaos in government by invoking the 25th Amendment. There is nothing Elizabeth Warren won't say right now to try to raise her profile to be the progressive, radical nominee for the presidency in 2020.
But she's way out front of you in the race.
Well, look, we just had our primary this last Tuesday, so I'm just being sort of rolled out as the nominee. But we've been working for a year now. We have internal polls showing we're leading with her, over her, with independents. That's going to be where this race is really at.
Are you a flat-out Trump supporter? Because if you are, I mean, this is obviously a pitted battle between Trump and the far left, Elizabeth Warren. Is it that stark and extreme?
Well, first of all, I was the only Republican in the state to support the president. I was his co-chairman for the state. 20,000 Democrats unenrolled in Massachusetts to vote in the primary election that gave Trump his largest margin of victory in the primaries until he hit his home state of New York. So he's got support in the state. But beyond that, Massachusetts is a state that is tired of being overlooked by people who get elected and then want to run for the White House. They want someone who's actually going to deliver for them. I've actually cut taxes by $2 billion when we repealed an indexed gas tax in 2014. And so when I'm out on the campaign trail, people know I'm going to work for the next 6 years as their U.S. Senator, unlike Elizabeth Warren, who's been focused on one person out of the state, Elizabeth Warren.
You know, I spent a lot of time on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and I've noticed that this summer was very, very good for businesses on Cape Cod. One of the best years in many years, actually. Surely that's going to be your main push, isn't it? That the economy is doing very well because of tax cuts and deregulation.
Right. Elizabeth Warren has vowed to repeal the tax reform that's given Massachusetts 3.5% unemployment, really leading the country. We have $1.2 billion in new revenue for the state government because of unanticipated revenue from the tax reform that's given job growth, wage growth. We just saw today, national news, 3% wage growth, basically. We are enjoying that in Massachusetts. Elizabeth Warren wants to undo all of that.
Okay, Geoff, look, thanks very much for joining us. We hope to see you again before the election, and it'll be a welcome back at that point. Geoff Diehl, everyone, Republican, Massachusetts.
Thank you,
sir.